It's Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance, and we are joined by Coby King. He is the chair of the Valley Industry and Commerce Association, also known as VICA. And I know that many organizations like yours has been looking at CEQA, the California Environmental Quality Act, and looking at whether there should be reforms. Where are we with this? We know the Democratic governor even is looking for reforms. Where are we?
Well, Brad, first of all, it's good to be back.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me again. You know, CEQA is one of those laws that was passed with the greatest of intentions and has actually done a great deal of good. It was passed in 1970, and the idea is that anytime the government takes an action that could affect the environment, a report has to be produced, and the government has to show what effects the action will have on the environment and what steps it'll take to, what they say, mitigate or lessen the impacts. But one of the things that's happened over the years, and first of all, I want to hasten to add that CEQA has done a great deal of good. It has preserved open space. It has lessened the impacts of many projects.
Let's face it, CEQA has been used as a weapon.
It has.
In litigation and through litigation. And as two former lawyers, we know about that.
Well, and the real problem is that what has happened is that community groups, labor organizations, and sometimes even competing developers have filed lawsuits on, frankly, bogus CEQA grounds just to try to delay. And as you know, because you were involved in this stuff for some time, a project delayed is often a project killed.
Denied.
That's right. And so, what we are advocating for is not the repeal of CEQA or the elimination of the many good things that CEQA has done and can continue to do, but the elimination of the ability of people just to file lawsuits to stop or otherwise gain leverage on projects for really no good environmental reason.
But it seems that the way we have seen reform pass over the last few years has been piecemeal.
That's right.
And very targeted at mega projects.
That's right.
Mega stadiums.
That's right.
And that's caused tremendous anger for so many folks.
Well, people think it's unfair.
Right.
I mean, do you have to be able to have so much clout or to have a project that is so large that you're able to get the legislature to pass a special bill just for you? I mean, that's not fair.
So what's the delay? I mean, it's the Democratic governor supports it. The Republicans support it. Some Democrats in the legislature support it. We keep talking about it. What's the delay?
You know, as with so many things, the devil is really in the details. John Healy of the LA Times did a column the other day where he talked about the need for CEQA reform, but he also talked about how difficult it is, because one of the things about what we need to do in CEQA reform is we need to eliminate these circumstances where people are using CEQA but not for environmental reasons. But the problem is crafting the legislation in a way that eliminates that. Now, there are some things that maybe you could do.
I'm going back to our days as lawyers. I mean, could one not take away the private right of action and simply give it to the Attorney General?
One could.
Right.
The problem is that that would face real fierce opposition from many environmental groups like the Sierra Club, who will say that the Attorney General cannot always be counted on to file lawsuits to prevent real environmental harms from happening.
So what's VICA? What are you proposing? Has VICA put forth proposed legislation?
We have not. We're working with legislators up in Sacramento on a package of CEQA reforms, and it's not just us. It's many other organizations, as you've mentioned. But but one of the things that we need to do is one of the things, as we talked before about delay, is for certain kinds of projects, what we want to be able to do is accelerate the litigation so that these things don't drag out for years and years. Another thing that we may want to do is certain kinds of projects, whether if they're infrastructure or transportation or something like that, those might be exempt from CEQA.
His name is Coby King. He is the chair of the Valley Industry and Commerce Association. My name is Brad Pomerance. It's Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.